with some heads up driving from Palou on back. We got a spinner. Kyle Larson.
No. Larson hits Simpson.
I think Stingray Raw may have been.
Kyle Larson just said something that nobody saw coming. The guy who's been trying to race in both the Indy 500 and NASCAR on the same day just told everyone he's done trying. Kyle Larson is one of the best race car drivers in the world. He drives in NASCAR, but he also likes to try other types of racing. For the past 2 years, he's been trying to do something really hard called the double. What's the double? It's when a driver tries to race in 2 big races on the same day. First, they race in the Indianapolis 500 in the morning. Then they hop on a helicopter and fly to Charlotte to race in the Coca-Cola 600 at night. That's 1,100 miles of racing in one day. It sounds crazy, and it is. Only a few drivers have ever tried this. Even fewer have finished both races. In fact, only one driver has ever completed all 1,100 miles, Tony Stewart back in 2001. Larson tried it last year in 2024. Rain messed everything up. The Indy 500 started late because of storms. By the time Larson got to Charlotte, the NASCAR race had already started and then got stopped by more rain. He never even got to drive a single lap in Charlotte. This year, Larson tried again. But things went even worse. He crashed at Indianapolis on lap 92. Larson was running close behind another car when he lost control. He spun out and crashed into 2 other drivers. All 3 cars were done for the day. After the crash, Larson felt terrible. He said, "Got kind of aero-tight behind him, and as I peeked left, I spun. Hate that I caused that crash. Hate that others got collected in it."
Kind of, aero-tight behind him, and as I peeked left, the nose just grabbed, and I spun. So, hate that I caused that crash. Hate that others got collected in it, and
Even though he crashed at Indy, Larson still flew to Charlotte to race in the NASCAR race. But his bad day wasn't over. He crashed there too. 2 races, 2 crashes, 0 success. After failing twice, Larson started thinking differently. He told reporters, "It's a large investment, and to have it go not good 2 years in a row, I just don't know if it's really that worth it at this point." Then came the big news. Last week, Larson was at a baseball game in Arizona. He was there to throw out the first pitch for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Before the game, he did an interview with Speed Freaks radio show. That's when he dropped the bombshell. NASCAR and IndyCar just announced something really cool for 2026. They're going to have a joint weekend at Phoenix Raceway in March. IndyCar will race on Saturday, March 7th. NASCAR will also race that same day. It's the first time IndyCar has raced at Phoenix since 2018. Larson loves this idea. He said, "I think it's awesome. I love crossover motorsports. That's kind of what I'm all about. I heard about it, and when I saw the schedule released, I got really excited."
I think it's awesome. I love crossover motorsports. That's kind of what I'm all about. So I had heard about it, and then saw the schedule release and got really excited. I think.
But then the interviewer asked the big question. Would Larson consider racing in both the IndyCar race and the NASCAR race at Phoenix?
Car race at Phoenix yourself?
No. I'm good. I'll have a really good time watching and supporting where I can. But we'll just enjoy that weekend. Maybe.
This wasn't just about Phoenix, though. Larson also said he won't be trying for his 3rd straight Indianapolis 500 next year either. The guy who seemed ready to keep trying the double forever just said he's done. Why is this such a big deal? Larson has built his reputation on being willing to race anything, anywhere. He's raced sprint cars, midgets, late models, and of course NASCAR and IndyCar. Fans love him because he's always up for a challenge. Larson even explained why Phoenix would be different for him. Maybe if it was another track, but I love Arizona so much. I like outside the track. I'll probably be golfing maybe during the IndyCar race.
Maybe if it was another track, but I love Arizona so much. I like outside the track, I'll probably be golfing maybe during the IndyCar race.
So instead of racing, Larson plans to play golf while the IndyCar drivers are racing. That's a pretty big change for someone known for wanting to race everything. Let's talk about why the double is so hard. First, the 2 tracks are in different states. Indianapolis is in Indiana, Charlotte is in North Carolina. That's about a 2-hour helicopter ride. The timing is super tight too. The Indy 500 usually starts around 12:45 in the afternoon. It can last over 3 hours. Then the driver has to get to the helicopter, fly to Charlotte, and be ready for driver introductions at the NASCAR race. The NASCAR Coca-Cola 600 is the longest race of the year. It's 600 miles, which usually takes about 4 hours. By the time it's over, it's often past 11 at night. Weather makes everything worse. If rain delays either race, the whole plan falls apart. That's exactly what happened to Larson in 2024. Let's look at who else has tried the double. John Andretti was the first in 1994. He finished 10th at Indy, but crashed early in Charlotte. Robbie Gordon tried it 5 different times. He succeeded twice, but never completed all 1,100 miles. Kurt Busch was the last person to successfully run both races. That was back in 2014. He finished 6th at Indy and won Rookie of the Year. But his engine blew up in Charlotte. Then there's Tony Stewart. He's the only driver to ever finish every single lap of both races. Larson really respects what Stewart accomplished. He said, "All the respect to the guys who have done it in the past. Tony especially for completing it. It's much harder than it looks." The money side of this is huge too. Running in the Indy 500 costs a lot of money. You need a whole IndyCar team. Larson's NASCAR team owner Rick Hendrick has been paying for all of this. After 2 years of crashes and failures, spending all that money probably doesn't seem worth it anymore. Larson feels bad about letting down his team owner. "I hate the way the day went. I wish I could hit the reset button." I feel terrible for everybody, especially for Rick Hendrick. But Larson isn't giving up on the Indianapolis 500 forever. He still loves the race. It's such an awesome event, like it is the greatest event in the world, so I don't want to miss out on that too much. His plan is to come back to Indy someday when his NASCAR career is over. That's not me shutting down the 500 again. Someday, maybe when I'm done with Cup racing, I would definitely love to do the 500 again and devote all of my time to it. This makes sense. Right now, Larson is focused on winning another NASCAR championship. He won in 2021 and wants to win again. Spending time and energy on other races might hurt his NASCAR performance. Back to the Phoenix weekend, other drivers are excited about the NASCAR IndyCar doubleheader. Ryan Blaney drives for Team Penske, which has teams in both NASCAR and IndyCar. Blaney thinks the racing will be amazing to watch. Phoenix Raceway has a long history with IndyCar. They used to race there every year until 2018. The track has been updated a lot since then. This will be the first IndyCar race at the new and improved Phoenix. IndyCar and NASCAR sharing weekends isn't totally new. They did it at Indianapolis in 2023, but having both series race on the same day at the same track is pretty rare. The 2026 weekend will also have other NASCAR series racing. The Xfinity Series will race on Saturday with IndyCar. The Cup Series will race on Sunday. It's going to be a huge weekend for race fans. For Larson, this announcement shows he's growing as a person and a driver. Sometimes the smartest thing to do is know when to stop trying something that isn't working.